Here, we will explore why many women, especially from countries with less progressive laws, choose to remain in South Africa. So, guys, grab a cup of tea, sit back, relax, and let's get started. Hello, my beautiful people. My name is Beatrice, and welcome back to my channel. So, today we are diving into a very fascinating and crucial topic, a topic very close to my heart. So this is a culture shock that many women experience when they move to South Africa and discover its progressive laws. Guys, the laws there are progressive compared to other parts of Africa. No wonder, South Africans don't think that they are not part of Africa. Man, I wish to be you guys, right? I love this country. The laws are so progressive that, when you talk to people about you relocating to South Africa, and they're like, it's not another African country. At least that's the way we see it in Nigeria. But living here is completely different, right? It's different from the country I come from. So basically, the perception about what it is or what other African countries are is very different. Very, very different. So basically, I'm excited to be in this country. So if you're a foreign woman here, don't play, go and look at the South African laws when it comes to marriage and divorce, when it comes to uh, domestic violence protection. So don't be that woman that is abused, right? Take your time, study them, know your rights as a woman. So you are not, especially if you are from those countries that think that make women so like you are nobody. So go take your time. It's different in South Africa. That's where I'm here giving you the gist. As you all know, I like talking about women issues. So I'll be talking about why a lot of foreign women from especially countries that are not progressive tend to want to remain in South Africa. These are things I saw or I got to know when I came to South Africa, right? So I'll be talking about South African marital law, so the legal protection around marital marriages, so to say, in South Africa compared to that in my country, Nigeria, and domestic violence protection. In Nigeria, there are three types of marriages, which is the Islamic marriage, the civil marriage, and the customary marriage. So just for those that don't understand it, Islamic marriage is Islamic marriage as you know it. It's the same everywhere. And then there is what we call customary marriage is what in South Africa we call lebola, traditional marriage. And then what we call civil marriage is what South Africa will call is the registry. What will you call it here? So it's in Nigeria, registry. Some churches are actually linked to the registry. So you register as a registry. So it might be a Christian white marriage, and or the registry marriage, which is also known as the court marriage in Nigeria, right? So that would be your here. It's not the court in here. It will not be referred to as the court marriage, or yeah, it will be referred to as the marriages where you have to go and sign in Home Affairs, right? That was what would be our registry. So those are the three types of marriages. With the customary, which is the traditional, the way it works in Nigeria is, when you get married, you in many communities, the woman is seen as a property of the man. So in a case of divorce or separation, the woman gets nothing out. You are even, if in the case of death, the woman is even considered the property of the man that can be inherited. So in 2024, it still happens in Nigeria. These days, a lot of young people tend to marry by customary, which is traditional, which you must do anyway, and then do the civil marriage as well. In that case, in the case of separation, the civil marriage is recognized. In when it comes to sharing of assets and all that. But when it comes to you are married alone by customary marriage, which is now the Lebola in South Africa, right? What if there is a problem and the woman chooses to leave, or the man chooses to send the woman packing? The woman, irrespective, even if you are the breadwinner in that union, and as far as what you have there belongs to, is as far as it shows this property belongs to Mr. and Mrs. Daniels, for instance, it belongs to the man. The only thing as a woman that you can take out is those things that maybe belongs to Mrs. Beatrice Daniels. So it's only those things that is yours. Every other thing is considered the man's property, including you yourself. That is how bad it is. In some traditions, because each is not a general law, so each tradition has their own law, how it governs their own people. So, but a lot of the traditions see it this way. Then when it comes to the civil marriage, which is not the registry, which we would say if you get married at home affairs, right? If you have to compare it to South Africa, you got married at home affairs. So what happens in that case in Nigeria if there is a separation or there is a divorce? Which is the judge that presides over that matter, determines the sharing formula. So if you look at it, so that is better because at least you can, especially if you're a woman that has no economic power, has been busy taking care of the home and of children and all that. There is somewhere at which you can start from, right? But when it comes to, so if we compare this to South Africa, when it comes to the label, if you are married by tradition alone, as a traditional wife, you still get, in the case of divorce or separation, according to the law, the way the law is progressive here, you guys, this country, you just can't help but love it. Personally, I love it, right? So the way the law is here, if any of those issues arise, is that the man and the woman, they are equal owners of whatever they had during the course of the marriage, before and during the course of the marriage. Whatever both parties had is shared 50-50, right? So the laws here are so progressive. Like a lot of us coming from Nigeria, if you just say, you're coming to South Africa, another African country, the way we see it, like it's one country just like Nigeria. But when you come here, you live here, if you understand the system here, is the things that we have not seen, or the things that wowed me, coming to this country. This is like one of them. And the human rights that women have, I believe it's not like that in many parts of Africa. People that are married by Islamic law, even in Nigeria, I'm not sure how Islamic law operates here, but Islamic law is very progressive in Nigeria. In South Africa, whether you are married traditionally alone, or you are married in a civil marriage, that is, you did the home affairs marriage, you still own 50% of your estates in case of divorce or any form of separation. So you can see the two. So there's a lot of women that's older women that got married alone only only traditionally, that have lived years, some of them 50 years in marriage, 40 years in marriage, and eventually had to walk out of maybe a very abusive marriage, end up going with nothing. I mean, nothing. The best you can go with is taking your clothes. Point number two is the domestic violence protection laws in South Africa. So me, I grew up in a society where I saw women, being beaten, battered, and pushed out of homes by their husbands. And if you go and seek for protection, you go to the police station, you go to family, which are usually the places, or you go to the church, to your pastor to intervene or mediate. It's always whether you are right or wrong. As far as you are woman, you are asked to go and apologize, irrespective of what the man has done. That is the way I saw it growing up. So you are asked to go kneel down before your husband and beg him and apologize and for him to take you back. Right? That's the way I saw it. And I'm not so sure the laws are, but what I lived through, what I saw, what is practiced there is that if in these situations, when it comes to domestic, the man, the generally the woman is asked to leave, because the man can, nobody have that time of say the police will come and ask the man to leave, because maybe the man is more economically stable and can get somewhere to sleep overnight. What I have seen is the woman is asked. It's not the woman is asked to leave. The man chases the woman away from the home with nothing. Most times, they just chase you away with just the clothes you are wearing you are wearing. They chase you out, and you basically don't have any help from this. If you are that kind of woman that was now the full-time stay-at-home wife that have no economic power from the get-go, you don't even know where to turn to. That is how bad. That is what I saw, growing up, right? So when it comes to another law that wowed me is this, domestic violence protection laws or act, or that South Africa have, just like the Western world, right? If there is issues like this, at least they will ask the man to go and come back when everything is calm, and then you guys can talk about the way forward. It wasn't like that where I come from. So please, guys, tell me why I shouldn't be here. Those people saying go back to where you come from and develop your country. Some of us will go back someday and go, and our voices are being heard via YouTube, but someday we will be so empowered, because most times you need to empower yourself for you to be able to, hold, make your voice held. Because where I come from, if you protest, you guys know Lekki Tollgate now what happened. It's very different from here. Here, South Africa. You see why I used to say, or I normally say, South Africa is the United States of Africa. So guys, if you say go, we are not going anywhere. Do you understand? The laws here are very progressive, and personally, I love this country, although there are some things that makes it difficult for foreigners. You have watched my video, you've heard me, but there's a lot of good things, right, that keeps us here, because, as women, our dignity, if you look at the laws, there are laws that protect the dignity of women. If this kind of content, or if you have learned anything from this video, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thanks to all those people that watched my previous video and all my videos so far. Thanks to my new subscribers that I've gained. Thanks to all my subscribers, both old and new, that have followed me through this journey, this my crazy journey of talking about my lived experiences. I'm so grateful, guys. So please don't forget to subscribe so that you'll be the first to get any new video I post, any new content I post. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.